Okay, attempt number 6 at this image. Every time I've tried recording it, it's gone over the 15-minute limit on YouTube. I first of all apologise, I'm not feeling 100% great, but because you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach, as in this technique. First of all, you'll notice your image face is slightly overexposed, so what you want to do is create a new layer. Come to your paint bucket tool, it might be under the gradient tool, but select the paint bucket tool, and you might have to colour change it to swatches and choose the last grey, which is called 50% grey, and then you want to fill it in. Sorry if I feel like I'm speeding this up and rushing, but it is a case of I don't have time to do it fully because YouTube won't let me upload a video. Okay, you've got the grey layer, fill it up, set the blending mode to overlay. Doesn't really do much to the image, but when you select the dodge and burn tool, select the burn tool, come to midtones, make sure it's set to 50%, and then just paint over his face, and that will take the highlights out from his face. Maybe darken up some of his hair, darken up some of the shadows, and then just give him a bit of a suntan on the rest of his body. The top of his hand there's no image data there. I checked on the histogram, so you're not going to restore that unless you've got camera raw format. Then you might be able to bring some of it back, but I highly doubt it because it's just white. Okay, once you've done the burn tool, switch over to the dodge tool, and then just go over the whites on his shoes. Set to midtones again. Brings it out, maybe just do a quick pass over his shirt. Okay, you can see before, after, it just balances him out a bit more. Okay, merge that down, then press Ctrl and J a few times so you've got some of the images to work on if you make mistakes, and we're going to be using quite a few layers. With the top layer, select it and go to image adjustment, exposure, bring it pretty much right the way down. Okay, turn that layer off. Now do the opposite on this one, go to image adjustment, exposure, I'm going to try and make sure there's still enough exposure in here so you get some of the details there, otherwise you don't want them all blown out. With the top layer turned back on, you want to apply a layer mask, which is icon down here. Choosing a brush, set to soft brush, make sure your layer mask selected on and select black, and put your brush opacity up a bit. And this is just basically creating where your light's going to be. Don't worry about him because you're going to be putting them on, you're going to be bringing one of the other layers up to the top here in a minute. Just wherever you think the light would naturally be coming. You don't have to be too accurate because by the time you've applied some of the filters and stuff to it, it's going to be ballsed up, literally. Just want to make sure you got your principles of your light beams set up. Okay, then bring one of your top layers above, apply a layer mask, set your paint bucket tool and just paint in black over there. Set the layer mask again, set your paintbrush and paint in white. And you basically just want to bring your character or your model, brother, whatever he is in this case, just bring him back so you've got your natural light and how you adjusted it earlier. Okay, and then with the overexposed one, just go to filter, sharpen, unsharp mask, and just tweak it around till you're happy. Just so you get a bit more texture come out on the foreground. You can do it with the car layer as well if you want, but it's really not much need. But with the car layer, what I did was just desaturate the image adjustment, desaturate, and then with this layer mask just paint in black, sorry, white, and then just clean up some of the edges. Okay, then what you want to be doing, let's go on to the light beams. Go up to here, and then you've got the little arrow here, it's load brushes. Got mine on the desktop just so it's there quickly and easy for you. Reset your colours back to default, and then paint in white. Select this light beam would do. Go to Windows, Brush. I'm doing long commands, so I've already got a shortcut here, but just so you can see. And then just paint the lights in how you think they would be. Okay, then apply a layer mask. Swap your brush back to a normal soft brush. Paint in black. And put it to, say, 85% opacity. And bring your brother back in. Because obviously the light beams wouldn't be going across him at this angle. Maybe reduce the opacity down to 30%, and maybe just take away some of this stuff here. Obviously he'd be in shadow here, so make sure that's back at full. Creating his shadow, he's got a shadow there. And then lowering your opacity down and soften up the light here. Paint it in, you're just switching over, painting black and white just to bring it back, some of it. Like that. Then obviously this layer, which is not the right one. This layer you might want to paint in black and just maybe soften up some of this light here, just on a low opacity brush, just to bring it back a bit even. Okay, and then painting in white. Actually, just set this layer and then paint in black. Just get rid of some of that. Then with your brother, you might want to just apply a bit more sharpening to him. Unsharp mask, just because it gives him that funky effect. I'm not going to overdo it. And set your burn tool again, just to maybe bring the highlights of his face down again. Okay, then what you want to be doing is going up to the top, clicking the little piece icon, go to hue saturation, select colorize, and then bring it up to however you like it. Click on the layer mask, paint in black again, and then just whatever opacity you like. Bring your model back in, because obviously you don't want him being too blue, but there's nothing wrong keeping a bit of blue fringe on the outside. Because I'm doing it on a low opacity brush, it's taking more past this, but so I like to do it slowly but surely, but I haven't got time to be making this all perfect. And then once you're happy with that, you just want to bring in your diesel picture. I would highly recommend just finding whatever the font is on this first and just type it in yourself, but in this case it really doesn't matter. Hit there, position it up to wherever you think it's going to look best, apply it, right click it and select rasterize layer, and then just go to image adjustment, invert or control and I. You'll see, because of the size on here, it's going to cut into your image. Normally if it's just a black background it shouldn't really matter, but because I've got it on a large size, it's the same principle. Apply a layer mask, put your brush up to 100% using a soft brush, paint in black, and just make sure it's not affecting your image as such. And that's basically your image done. I hope this is less than 15 minutes, and I hope this shows you the principles of it. I know it's not a perfect image at the end, but it's just the techniques that I've used. I'll try labelling your layers as well as you're going along, because you can see that's a lot of layers for such little work, but it's the easiest way to show how it's all done. Good luck.